Hi, everybody. Welcome to, what are we doing here? This is like casino chat.
Casino chat. I like that. I think that's it.
All right. Well, that's what we'll call it. So officially, this is casino chat with Bougie Miles. I don't know if it's like weird to introduce myself as Bougie Miles with Bethany from Bougie Miles and Adam from Travel Fanboy.
Yes, I go as Mr. Fanboy, though. That's how I make everybody.
Yes. Yeah. Anybody who saw my Spill the Tea episode with Adam knows that he is like a premier influencer.
Yeah, big time. I mean, and we are two titans of the gambling community right here.
Right. That's right. We're miles and points people, gamblers, like best of both worlds, best of everything. Yep. Can everybody see what's happening? Can everybody see the screens? I'd love to see a comment just so that we know that, you know, this is working.
Looks good. It's working on my screen.
Oh, it is? Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to type in the chat. I got to mute because my keyboard is way loud, but hang on. I'll test.
Okay. 12 viewers. Hi, everybody. Promise we'll get to it in a second. This is my first time ever going live. And I just downloaded a new app. So bear with us, but I think it'll be really good, fun, informative. And I see it. Now, how long ago did you type that, though?
Just a few seconds ago. It's not showing up for me. Oh no, it is showing live comments. There we go. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Oh, we're good to go.
Okay. All right. So Adam, do you mind introing the topic and telling us a little bit about what we're talking about tonight?
Absolutely. So first we're talking about my love for Guy Fieri because I'm rocking the Flavor Town.
Flavor Town.
He's my king. But beyond my Guy Fieri obsession, today we're talking about Caesar's rewards. Right? Yeah, Caesar's rewards. I always want to go back to total rewards. Talking about Caesar's rewards, just it as a loyalty program, certain ways that you can take advantage of it, get some status maybe. We know it's maybe a little bit more difficult now, and some of the benefits are not as robust. Some COVID related, some just some natural changes that happened this year. But we're just going to talk about Caesar's and make sure that people are comfortable with it, know how to navigate it a bit. And this is our first installment of this kind of thing, if you will. But I think Caesar's a really good one to start with because I think it's the most talked about, I think, in terms of like the points and miles world. But two, I think, and I don't know how you feel, I feel like there's just more to it that is, I don't think exciting is the right word, but I think there's some better benefits here that you can have really cheaply and easily as, say, compared to like MGM or like Wynn or something like that.
Oh, I completely agree. So first of all, it's like the only one that actually gives you a tangible benefit that you can put like a value on, right? So you earn status, and if you get, hi Mike, you earn status, and if you get diamond status, which obviously we'll talk about how to get, you automatically are like $100 richer next time you go to a Caesar's casino.
Right.
Whereas, like, think about like even M Life Noir. Like, what am I actually getting that I can put a value on?
Especially with the cost it takes to get it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and that's the invite only one. So, you know, I talk a lot about Cosmo, and I think that's another that has like some very tangible benefits. But I think Caesar's is definitely the most accessible. I think it's the one that people want to stay at the most because of the waived resort fees that we will talk about.
Right.
And
hell, even like honestly, like line shortcuts is a huge thing for me. I mean, even that's like, to me, that's like the benefit I've gotten the most out of, an intangible benefit I've gotten the most out of with just having M Life Gold, is being able to cut that line and feeling like in Wayne's World when they got the VIP passes, like the feeling of that is fantastic.
Especially when you go to check in at like Bellagio or Aria.
And
why are you laughing? When you go to check in at Bellagio and Aria, and like there's 300 people on this one line, and you're just like, how am I the only gold person here? Like,
right,
all get it with credit cards, you know?
Yeah. And Steven says in the chat, he says, boo resort fees, which I agree with, which I also think is, I know people have a love-hate relationship with all these different reward programs. So some people hate Caesars, understandable. Some people hate MGM. Some people hate both. But with the Caesars diamond status, getting those free resort fees is such a really good benefit, and something that really MGM is not matching for similar players or similar statuses. So do we want to start with just I mean, we kind of talked about why we might want to have this status. Is there anything else you can think of? We talked about the shortcuts, maybe some, resort fees or other things that you think are notable that you want to talk about?
Yeah. So I think that it's important to note that entry level status is platinum. And that doesn't necessarily come with anything that amazing, but you do definitely get the line passes, right? With platinum status. And actually, I want you to tell everybody about the Caesars credit card at some point too.
Okay.
I know it's Comenity, and I don't know much about it. At one point, I thought it was a MasterCard, but I know it's a Visa.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I think you know more than I do with everything you just said.
Well, actually, if you Google Caesars Rewards credit card, you are the #1 link.
Well, good for me. I need to brush back up on that.
Really, really good job. So I think that the platinum status is not necessarily that great, right? It pretty much just gives you, well, all right, I guess you're getting a free Atlantis stay. So everybody can see, this is my screen, I'm sharing it, and this is just the benefits of each status. And as you can see, platinum is first, and then diamond status is tiered, but diamond is where the real benefits really start. So basically, I don't know. Can you think of anything else that you would get even with the platinum status?
No, not really. Nothing. I mean, I think the parking is kind of the big one for a lot of people. It's why the credit card is somewhat seductive, despite it being kind of boring. But I mean, for people who go out to Las Vegas enough, maybe they're not interested in trying to achieve diamond, or they don't know how. That's good enough. It's the same with MGM, right? And that's why people go for that status.
Yeah. Yes, I always forget about parking because I Uber everywhere. Also, like, I don't ever want to be driving when I'm in a casino.
Right.
Because I'm definitely going to be drinking. So I think that's like one thing. And then obviously, so let's get into the diamond benefits and why you might want diamond status. First of all, really big, really big is waived resort fees.
Yep.
Depending on where you stay, that's like upwards of $40 a night. And to my knowledge, and I could be wrong about this, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong, Mike says free summer boardwalk parking and AC is huge. Oh, I didn't even think of that.
That's a good point, Mike. Yeah.
Okay, so diamond status. So what's great about it is the $40 a night resort fees waived. And that's with like any stay, all stays. You never have to like do anything. You don't have to do anything to actually have that, just have the status. Right. And then you also get some interesting benefits. Like if you actually earn it, you'll get tier credits. And with tier credits, you can get free nights. I think in Atlantic City and Vegas. You also get a free stay at Atlantis, but unless you have a really good diamond status, which is like the second tier, you probably don't even really want to use it unless you're super just like go with the flow. I don't mind where I stay, because the beach tower is not that great. And interestingly, you do not get the free waived resort fees. That's
interesting.
Yeah, if you're just base diamond. And at Atlantis, it's like $60 a night.
Yeah.
So, like, who wants to do that, right?
And you're not getting what you pay for with an Atlantis resort fee.
No.
That's a lot of money. And that's, is there a way to get this, while I break topic really quick, I'll talk about Atlantis for a second, this StreamYard live viewer comment thing off, because it's blocking your name and I want to make sure everybody sees your name. But while Bethany does that, Atlantis is, there we go. Hey, beautiful. Atlantis for a lot of people it's been hit or miss. We know Sean over at Miles to Memories has not a love-hate. He has a hate relationship with Atlantis. But I do have friends that I've talked to just privately, said they actually really enjoy it, especially with their kids, if they can find a room in a good tower. So I think it's like one of those where if you're going there anyway, use the benefit. If you're going to the Bahamas and you want to use it, you can get a nice room there, or if you can find your way into a nicer room there. But my wife went somewhat recently. She really didn't like it. Again, she was alone. It was a conference that has something to do with it too. But your mileage will definitely vary with the Atlantis benefit.
Do you know what tower she stayed in?
It was the basic one. Is that beach? I don't want to.
Oh my God. Like the one by the beach.
No, I mean whatever the entry level, like the bottom tier.
Yeah, that's the beach tower.
Yeah, she really didn't like it at all. Was not comfortable, and yeah.
Yeah, that's like I don't like that's maybe like the Days Inn of Atlantis.
Yeah, that way she described it, that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm shocked that they put her there as for a conference.
Yeah, it was weird. It was my fault. I should have done more research and told her to buy up the other.
Sorry, fan wife.
Yeah, that was a big mishap on mine.
Well, bad, real bad.
So we've talked about why we want this elite status. Have we talked about diamond yet specifically?
Just a little.
Just a little. Okay, so the diamond status kind of just again a whole nother tier in terms of just literally another tier, but two, just kind of those benefits that you get. But there is a slight difference in some now based on how much you gamble. Am I correct? Where, it used to be that diamond status across the board was consistent, all the benefits, no matter, if you got it through a matching or if you got it through gambling kind of naturally. But now what we're seeing is there's a little bit of a difference, which I don't get too upset about. I understand it. But can you kind of maybe detail a little bit of that difference right now?
Yeah. So basically, so the one thing that you said that is not entirely the case is that you can also earn the status through hospitality spend.
Okay.
So I think that that's an important thing for people to, it's like an important distinction because you don't necessarily have to be a big gambler to get those higher tiers.
Sure.
So basically the way it works is your tier credits are different from your reward credits in Caesars Rewards because tier credits are the amount of credits that you earn during the calendar year. So January 1st to December 31st, that determine your status for the next year and the remainder of the year in which you earn it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically tier status credits. They are not redeemable. You can't use them for anything. However, they do come with extra benefits depending on which tier you earn. And I think what happened a few years ago was that diamond status was super easy to get because all you had to do was like either have a founder's card or a certain credit card, or right. I'm sure there were so many other ways that I am kind of blanking on right now. Mm-hmm. And then everybody who gets this diamond status gets $100 dinner plus up to, I think it's one free ticket per month, like buy one, get one, right? Or is it two?
I think it's two.
Okay. Okay. Good.
We're guessing at this point. Clearly, both you and I used it.
Yeah, I don't do shows when I have the opportunity to gamble. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, Taylor and Han. Yeah, Taylor, no cool transitions. We're gonna get Bougie Miles her own awesome transition to use in the future.
I didn't even see that. Yeah. So there are also some interesting benefits, like we said, with Atlantis. And then if you actually earn it, you would have the requisite tier credits to get one free night in Vegas or AC, depending on how many you earned per 5,000 tier credits. And then the last thing is that every Diamond member, even those who don't earn it the hard way, even if they're status matched, they also still get to the best of my knowledge, get the Caesars Atlantis Dubai stay. Is it Dubai? Am I crazy?
That's right. Yep.
Okay. I feel like I saw it. Yeah.
Clearly something you and I have used quite frequently.
Yes. Well, you do. Yeah. You get 2 free nights.
Yeah. And Chris L says here in the comments too, he hits higher tier status at Caesars or Cosmo through hotel spa spent, which is a great thing. And I mean, it really speaks to make sure you're using your card for every purchase and getting those points because it does add up, especially if your trips are somewhat frequent.
Oh, totally. Also, if you go with like a big group, I think one thing that people tend to forget about is that you guys can sort of divide and conquer, right? Mm-hmm. So like somebody goes to Cosmo, you guys do like a big group dinner. Let one person put that on their card. Go to Caesars or whatever property in the Caesars family.
Yep.
Switch to another person and you'll both end up with some kind of status, a ton of like rewards credits, which are the redeemable kind. Mm-hmm. And then, hopefully you'll end up with some kind of status just from like spending a little bit of money.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. It's a great strategy too, especially if you are in that group. Listen, Han, I'm a world traveler too. Okay. This is not, it's not a competition. Okay.
No, it is certainly not. And by the way, to Adam's credit, I kind of drove by. Like I was just doing a flight from from Dubai to Abu Dhabi. And so I took like the long way to get there, and the guy basically showed me everything. He said, "Oh, that's the Atlantis." And I said, "Oh, like I had no idea.
I have 2 free nights there."
Yeah, exactly. And it turns out that supposedly they got them to come to Dubai by saying they were going to be able to gamble. And then as soon as the whole thing was up and like running, they said, nope. Don't gamble. So don't be tricked into thinking you can gamble there, because you cannot.
Nice.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So what other benefits can you think of that change with the tier of diamond status? Obviously the Atlantis stay.
Well, pre-COVID, it was the Laurel Lounge access. It got a little bit finicky. So, before it was pretty consistent across the board for all Diamond members. You were able to get into, were they just called Diamond Lounges before? Now they're called Laurel Lounges. Yeah. But now you do have to spend, if you have not, I believe if you don't have 25,000 rewards credits or tier credits.
Yeah, tier credits.
You do have to spend some rewards credits to get in to the lounge, and I believe it's 1,000.
Yep. So the equivalent of like $10.
Yeah. So wow, my memory has actually served me okay right now. So that's one benefit. So yeah, I think that's to me those are the big changes that I can kind of remember.
Yes. So Mississippi Rob, hi Rob, wants to know if that status came with that hat.
No, absolutely not. These are proprietary hats. There are no amount of rewards credits. I will say this though. I have had multiple private messages. You guys will never believe this on Twitter. People asking to buy my hat.
No way. Which
is weird because I'm like, guys, you can just buy it at their store. This is not like I didn't make this. This is not custom. Like you can buy it. But yeah, so that's happened.
What people are these?
We don't need to speak to these people. I want to protect their identity. You told me a story off air about something salacious, and so then I have to
That's fair.
Yeah.
So Champ, we will definitely we can talk about that in a few minutes for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. Actually, that's a good one, and I'll make sure that we bring that back up right towards the end. Like we're gonna do like a quick Q&A at the end there. So yeah, I'm gonna write that one down.
Mike C says the Diamond Lounge only free for Diamond Plus cuts back on lines. Absolutely, because
that's a good point.
You're much less likely to go.
And this is sorry to cut you out. This is kind of what I was alluding to earlier, where it's one of those things where people who've reached the status through gambling or through spend. I don't mind that, for me with a hotel match that I have to spend 1,000 rewards credits to get in. I get it, right? I got in a sneaky way, and it's not so sneaky, but you know what I mean. And so I have no problem with this change. And I think for that reason alone, cutting back on lines, it makes sense to kind of satisfy people who felt like they've earned it the hard way. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just think about it, like you didn't actually stay there. You didn't actually stay at Wyndham. So there's a line drawn somewhere.
Right.
Luckily for us, there are some shortcuts to getting the status. And I think that's what we'll talk about now.
Yeah.
I love hashtag influencers. I love it.
I think honestly, it was just nerdy points and miles people who are concerned about non-access to Laurel Lounges anymore. No offense to anybody in the chat who identifies as that.
None of them at all, I'm sure.
So status match. Let's move on to. It's a big topic, and we want to make sure we get to everything within an hour. So, status match promotions. Elite members from other casino programs. What are you finding is easiest way to get into Caesars through status match from other casinos?
Good question. I think that the easiest way to do it would be to go to Atlantic. What's funny is that I'm like kind of drawing a blank on this at the moment. I did a video about it like a couple days ago. So I think the easiest way to do it is probably just to take your Hyatt credit card, match it to M Life Gold. Wait, what's it called now? M Life Gold. Yeah. I'm thinking florist and all that.
Well, they won't do. So will they do? Will that match to gold now, or was that the old one? Yeah,
the old one. Okay, so how am I getting it? Yeah, so I'm basically, where did I start in my status post?
Because that's how I started. I started with the old Hyatt credit card that got me to M Life Gold, and now I've just been matching back and forth. I'm kind of in that kind of matching perpetuity. But and that's then how I got actually Caesar status was matching my M Life Gold. But because of the changes with Hyatt and their matching, so having the credit card through the World of Hyatt credit card won't match into gold. It'll match into what is M Life's gold? Pearl. So it'll match into Pearl, which will get you the free parking and stuff like that. But yeah, it doesn't match you into Diamond with Caesars.
Okay, so basically the idea that was in my post was that you have to start with some low level casino status. And then in order to really game the system, you have to go to Atlantic City. Because in Atlantic City, certain low level statuses will match you to a very high status at Golden Nugget.
Yeah. Which
will then weirdly be matched to Hard Rock's #1 loyalty elite status, right? So Rock royalty or whatever.
Yeah.
And Golden Nugget is super not picky about what they want. So they'll take anything, right? So that's sort of that's like the back way to do it. There are other ways. For me, it's always telling people, just if you're going to Vegas, just go spend a couple $100s at Cosmo, because their lowest level status comes with like some pretty decent benefits, including one completely unrestricted free night per year for anybody who spends $800 or some combination of $800 and gambling.
That's like 3 drinks at Cosmo.
Right, exactly. You can do that. It's easy. I'm not saying that like, oh, you should go spend $800.
Right. But you're going to anyway.
Exactly. And
if as Chris in the chat kind of point out, yeah.
If you're like on this bandwagon, you might as well go for it, And then there are also some credit card shortcuts. I won't put you on the spot because I know you don't remember, but Caesars not Caesars. M Life gives tier credit multipliers for people who have the credit card.
Okay.
Caesars does not.
Right.
But Caesars credit card will give you platinum status. And that's more than enough for the whole merry-go-round in Atlantic City.
Yeah. And it's free. It's a free credit card. So
yeah. And I think it gives you what, like 10,000 or
10,000 sounds right. Yeah.
So that's like 5 admissions to the Laurel lounges for people who don't actually earn the tier credits.
Right. Well, and so just for people who like in the COVID era right now, at least it's since the Laurel lounges are closed, I know they give you, I think it's 4 free drinks a day, and the drinks are up to $20 a piece.
Oh, is that the case?
I believe that's the case, thanks to our friend over at Travel Zork. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and Champ's saying in the chat here, Hilton Gold to Wyndham Diamond to Caesars Diamond. Yeah, and so Champ, that's right now, unfortunately, that's kind of on hold. So the match, how it used to be, the very popular route was having an elite status with a hotel program, matching that into Wyndham. And I'm speaking to the choir here. Everybody in the chat already knows this and nods their head. And then matching that Wyndham Diamond status, which you have temporarily, technically, into Caesars Diamond. Unfortunately, right now, Wyndham has either stopped or paused. The language on their website makes it seem like it's a pause. In fact, I can pull it up. I actually have it pulled up right now. Like the only research I actually did. Check back soon to see when status match will become available again. Yeah, so the hotel status match from an outside hotel chain to Wyndham is paused right now. And so that, unfortunately, is temporarily dead, that option. Now, that being said, Bethany, as you noted to me off air, is that this status match from Wyndham Rewards to Caesars is still going strong, it seems like.
Yes. And interestingly, they actually just extended it another year.
Great.
So you should be able to keep that going. And then we know that another way to get status that most people end up with is Founder's Card.
Right. Yep.
So the interesting thing about Founder's Card is that a few weeks ago, I think Miles to Memories reported that I think it was them. I know they're they're my people, so
Mhm.
I'm partial, but I do think it was that. So they reported that for $99, there was like a leaked link that you could get Founders Card status, which automatically comes with Caesars Rewards Diamond. So it's not the earned one, but it's good enough for $100 dinner and free
Right.
tickets and, you know, all that
Resort
jazz.
fees and yeah.
Yep. And I think for most people, that's probably what they really care about, right? Is the resort fees.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about Founders Card is like because for a while, I mean, I think the window match was open for well over a year, maybe a year and a half, something like that. And trying to convince people, and I understand people have apprehension towards credit cards, though, that they could do this a little bit more cheaply if they wanted to, if they didn't mind opening a credit card. And it seemed like people were still very happy getting the Founders Card because it was just an easier process.
Yeah.
You know, and it was very, very straightforward to them. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's a good opportunity, especially with this, you know, the status match into Wyndham from hotel companies being kaput for now.
Yeah, so I definitely think that's going to come back, but I just don't know that it will come back anytime soon. And obviously, right now is a good time to try to actually earn status because and this is only for people who spend money at casinos or actually play. Because otherwise you're never going to try to earn it the hard way, right?
Yeah.
You're always going to look for some kind of a shortcut.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think so right now the tier credit requirements are reduced by 20%. And that's actually really interesting because they have Diamond in a Day, which is a bonus on the highest number of tier credits you earn in one day. If they credit to your account in that day, they will give you a specified bonus. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So as you can see, if you earn 5,000 tier credits in a day, which could be like the day that you pay your bill after like a long stay in Vegas. Let's say you charged everything to your room and you end up spending like a whopping $1,000. Any hotel spend earns 5 times the tier credits. So you would then get the $1,000 the 10,000 point. I see 10,000 and I automatically translate it to dollars. Anyway, so you would automatically get the tier credit bonus of 10,000, and then you would have 15,000 tier credits, right? So you would have enough for 3 free nights in Vegas or Atlantic City. You would have enough for the lounge access. And then, you know, like really, it's kind of an awesome way to go. And you're going to have a couple extra thousand. So I would almost argue if you're going to do that, just keep going and go to Diamond Plus.
Yeah.
Because then especially if you're somebody who can utilize the Atlantis benefit of Diamond Plus, you're then getting like on off-peak trips, which I don't remember what they call an off-peak trip is, but you're getting free coral, reef, or cove stays with taxes and fees included.
Okay, nice.
Included with the lower tiers, so it definitely pays for to go for the extra. I don't know, what is it, 5,000?
Yeah, I think I mean, you and I both know a handful of people that could probably benefit from this, where they go to Vegas, Atlantic City, wherever, a few times a year, and it's if you concentrate on one trip of just being, I don't want to say aggressive, but really concentrating your bankroll somewhere or concentrating your spend somewhere. It's not usually how I do things, but I think for people that are going to casinos more than I am, there's some angles here that might make sense, especially if you're planning several return visits. Champ, so that's a good question about casino programs and matching. I think that's another one we're going to get to right in the Q&A, because I think that that is deserves more than just like an aside comment. So we're going to get to that in a little bit too.
Okay, so I guess maybe we can like wrap it up, because it seems like everybody who's watching right now definitely knows this.
They do know their stuff.
Okay, so 20% less tier credits until the end of the year. And if you already have Caesar status right now, you will have it till 2022 because they extended it What am I saying? They extended it because of COVID. Not
Yes.
Nothing good came out of that.
No. With that extension, though, I would say we've been talking about like tier benefits, like the dinner and stuff. So according to Caesars right now, tactically, I don't really know how this is playing out, but as it stands, if you use one of those, like say diamond dinner benefits or something like that in 2020, so one of those benefits you can only use once a year, if you use that in 2020, you're not going to have it available in 2021. Unless you earn status in 2021. This is coming straight from Caesars. That's basically like their words.
Mm-hmm.
Again, so that's, just something to kind of be cognizant of. We don't, you don't want to be embarrassed. Like you use a celebration dinner in, December 2020, and then you try again in January, and it's, you're out of luck there. So.
Yes. Yeah, that would be really embarrassing. But I think the good news is that you have to go to the rewards desk anyway, right? To have them release the dinner credit.
For most places, yeah.
So hopefully you can save yourself some embarrassment by doing it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if anybody in the comments or if you would know, I'm curious if I can buy a Caesars gift card, right? Put it on my room.
Mm-hmm.
Or even just like pay with my card, like give my loyalty card. I know you can do that at Cosmo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only place that I've tried because, Caesars is not like the bougiest. So it's not like a place it's not a place I necessarily want to pre-spend. So I'm curious if you can buy a gift card and either put it on your room or it will give you the credits if you give your card. Does anyone know? No.
Brennan says no. I think there used to be some double dipping opportunities. I think that dried up.
Oh, that's a bummer because that's a super easy way to do it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, and then, okay, so here's my great tip, and I hope that the 19 people who are watching
and the millions listening when this gets released. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you credit your stay, well, you know what? Let's back up. Okay. Book any Caesars hotel through Wyndham.
Mm-hmm.
For it to be a qualifying rate, it has to be $25 minimum per night. Okay. They follow the Caesars rate schedules. So you can stay at, let's say, I saw one the other day. It was like Planet Hollywood for $27 per night.
Okay.
If you have the diamond status, obviously your resort fee will be waived. If you use your Wyndham Rewards account to book it, you can earn Wyndham Rewards and Caesars tier credits on the same stay.
Ooh, interesting. You're double dipping there.
Yeah, but here's the really cool thing. So Wyndham only requires that qualifying rate, which is $25. They don't care about resort fees or anything like that. And they give you a minimum. They either give you 10 points per dollar spent or a minimum of 1,000 Wyndham Rewards points.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So for $25, right, you can end with 1,000 Wyndham Rewards, which these are basically Caesars rewards because all you have to do is log into your account and transfer them at a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah. And I think you have to is it like a 10,000 minimum or something, or is it there's a minimum amount, I believe.
I thought it was increments of 1,000.
1,000 might, 1,000 makes sense. Yeah. That's just something to look into. Yeah.
Right. So like if you're going with another person or a player too, you guys just switch off nights and each night is worth 1,000 Wyndham points, which is 1,000 Caesars points. Yeah. If you were to do it the other way, you would only earn the tier credits and 1 Caesars rewards point per dollar. So basically the earnings is, upwards of an extra 750 points. Right.
Right. And Brennan says very similar to Hyatts and MGM. And I think that's a really good example of just kind of incremental progress as you like work through these systems, right? You understand kind of the basics of like first step is, I use my card for everything, right? I'm just going to keep earning points. And it's like, okay, what's another little small step I can take? I understand that now. What can I do? And, you're kind of, you're moving up that ladder into doing things that are super efficient and earning, a bevy of points or associated, credits, if you will. So I think that's a great call.
Yeah. So I'm definitely, I'm going to test things out a little more. I tend to do that more with M Life and Cosmo, but the value is there. So it's definitely something to think about.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So should we take some questions?
Yeah. So if you guys want to leave, we're going to go through. I'm going to scan up to the top and just get some of the questions we didn't get to. And then if you guys want to, if you have any other questions, I know Han just left because he's very not loyal to us and he can't stay the whole time.
Back now.
So if you guys want to leave some questions, anything's fair game, especially hat related questions, but I'll go up to the top.
So I remember the first question was, do you guys play, what is it called?
My Vegas. So clearly you do. Champ. That was from Champ. Either you play My Vegas slots game and redeem rewards for them. Do you want to start by just saying no and then I can give an answer? I don't know how you.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I play. I've never redeemed one. So. Yeah.
No, I haven't played much in a while. And that's, greatly because my Vegas trips have been very infrequent lately. But I've talked to quite a few people in the scene who still do it, still get some value out of it. Again, it's one of those where they're running it in the background. But I'm pleased to say that the redemption process continues to improve. It's very much streamlined. I remember at the beginning, it was an absolute nightmare. I mean, like when it first launched, it was like no one at the hotels even knew what the hell was going on. And so it was, you know what I mean? You're like, you know what? I don't need this $10 from croissant. It's not that. I remember going out there just like doing an experiment, like, oh, I'll get this free drink thing and then I'll try and redeem it. And it was not even worth it. But and as time has gone on, the rewards are maybe, they're harder and harder to get in terms of you've got to earn more coins and spend more time on it. But there still is some value there, especially on kind of those off-peak seasons there. So yeah, I think for a lot of people, it's still a very easy thing to just kind of jump on board with. It's a shame that Caesars hasn't really done something similar to what MGM and Play Studios have done, but yeah, it's I think it's still worthwhile. Win is another one that people have had quite a bit of success with, especially early. The Win app and getting free stays. It's much harder now. There's like a whole community around the Win app, but yeah, there's still some value in some of those.
Okay, so I've always seen that MGM or M Life has the Borgata on there, and they open $25 match plays. Mm-hmm. That was sort of my nightmare. That's why I started playing, because I go to Borgata a lot. And, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go up there. They're not going to know what I'm talking about. It's going to be a waste of my time.
No, I was with Han. The last AC trip I was on with Han, and he did it while we were there. It was a very seamless process. He was just at the rewards desk. They took care of it, and so it was good.
That is really good news, and you know. Glad that I have 370,000 credits to use.
Yeah.
Like a lot, I don't know.
Yep. Let's see. There was another one, I think. Let me see here.
Yes.
There was one about any concern about other casino programs will put holds on matching. I still need to make my Atlantic City trip for M Life Gold. That was Champ as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's always a concern, especially with what's going on right now. Like, why would anybody freely give away status when nobody's actually earning it, right?
Right.
I think that's always a concern, especially the more people talk about it. I mean, this one has been known for a really long time, but this was probably, I think I broke the news at Bougie Miles in the last 2 months that they stopped the hotel match. So I think it's a big concern. And if it's something that's super important to you to get that free night at Borgata, I would go as soon as you feel comfortable gambling and spending some money.
Yeah. I wonder, and this is pure speculation, if there's more of a concentration on them trying to earn other gamblers instead of just outside matching opportunities. So like say, maybe they're not so much concerned about these hotel matching opportunities, but they are welcoming, kind of stealing gamblers from other properties, given that things are. I think Travelzork, he's going to get such a big head because this is the second time I've mentioned him. He broke news, and I'm putting in quotes, and news I'm putting in quotes because I think he heard it from like a waitress or something, that Wynn may start considering status matching or something like that. That's that would be great. Beautiful properties, but I think I echo your concerns, Bethany. I think as things get tighter, it would make sense to me to actually encourage status matching to try and get people, but people do goofy things when they're under pressure. So that's a good question, Champ.
Yeah, there's also that whole it's interesting that still the Borgata is the only one that's doing it for M Life. Although I have heard mixed reports from some of the non-Vegas casinos, like MGM National Harbor. There might be a casino in one of the Louisiana or something. The Gulf Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they do it there, but something like that. Yeah. So anyway, it's definitely a concern, and I think it's going to probably eventually stop for Borgata too. But right now is a great time to take advantage if you are able to travel.
Yeah, beautiful property. Dustin says, do hotel stays still count towards the diamond in a day? I was told they don't, since you already get 5 tier credits per dollar.
So here's something interesting. I found this the other day, and I will put it back up on, it was in the frequently asked questions, because I wanted to make sure that I did not screw this up and give you information. And if you dig really deep in, I forget which FAQ section, it says for sure that you will earn the tier credit bonus on hospitality spend. So yes.
Good to know. All right.
If they fight with you, just let me know, because I will find it. And I'll probably take a screenshot of that now.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that's good. That's good to know. Digging deep into details is not something that I do, so it's nice to be talking to someone who does.
That's all I do. Yeah, I find that sometimes I lose the big picture and just end up with these details that I'm okay, 5 people on Earth.
Right. And I'm only big picture, so that's fine. So Lena asks, Bethany, so here's how we know who's the star of the show here, because Lena just says Bethany. She doesn't even start just a question, because she knows who digs deep.
Well, I know Lena.
Yeah, but we all know where Lena's coming from with this. Bethany, can you purchase Cosmo gift cards, charge them to the room, and earn identity points on the purchase?
Okay, so you, as far as I know, cannot charge to the room. But there's a workaround here, right? What you do is you can buy the Cosmo gift card, and you give your identity rewards card when you buy it, and they will give you the tier credits, or whatever they call it at Cosmo. Whatever, rewards credits. It's 5x on hotel spend, and it does count as hotel spend. And I have, in fact, earned 500 credits toward my status buying a $100 gift card.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And they don't expire.
Yeah. So,
also the interesting thing is, if you can for some reason find a Marriott gift card at Cosmo, that would count too.
Oh.
Yeah. And you can use Marriott gift cards at Cosmo for regular spend. So
yeah,
a lot of plays there that we can.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that conversation. And Lena, that's exactly what I was going to say anyway. So you can just address the question to both of us next time. I was going to say all those things in the exact same way. So not so much a comment, but I think Brennan brings up a pretty good point. He says he can't do M Life anymore. Caesars waives resort fees. That's all that matters, in all caps. Until the others start, I'm Caesars for life. I mean, I think that to me, it's why a lot of people still gravitate towards Caesars, especially as they get the status of, I'm M Life Gold, but as we said, very at the top of the stream here, it's, there's, beyond cutting in line and a few other benefits, there's really not much in terms of cost savings that I can really measure that Caesars is doing. But again, people have their own thoughts about these different loyalty programs. So wherever you're maximizing value in it, I say go for. But yeah, that's a good point.
Absolutely. Yeah, it depends on what's important to you. For me, I'm paying the extra $40 a night so that I don't have to stay at a Caesars property.
Right. Yeah.
That's just me, though. And I have to say, Caesars, the actual Caesars Palace, is actually really nice. And Nobu is really nice, and I love some of the restaurants there. But I still want to stay at Cosmo or Aria, maybe Bellagio, depending. Yeah.
But I think that's a good point too, right? Where you can still get some value out of these reward programs. Maybe you're not staying there, but you're still getting a lot out of it, especially in a place like Las Vegas, where you have so many options day to day of what, how you're going to spend your time and spend your money.
Mm-hmm. Mike C says Borgata $25 fine dining gives you express comps. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's good to know. I'm assuming my Vegas. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
I will definitely do a screenshot, even if you have to email me to remind me, because I'm probably going to drink all the rest of this rosé right now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not like right now, but like in a minute or so. So I might not remember to post it tonight, but I promise to get you that as long as you remind me.
You're going to get a post rosé screenshot, which will be interesting.
That's never a good thing. We don't want to take chances there.
Justin says he's late to the party. Have we discussed the 5 times tier and reward credit promotion in June? We haven't really touched on that. No.
So I didn't even know that was a thing, actually. When did they send that out, Justin?
I believe it was I'm not Justin, but I believe until he comments. It was a few weeks ago, I believe, but I anticipate that they're going to do some similar things in the coming months as well. As they try to get people in.
Oh, yeah. So there's definitely going to be a tier credit promotion as per the COVID benefits update.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that's going to be and when it's going to be, but I'm assuming it's going to be when we can all travel and when like things have resumed.
Right.
But I know sometimes they do double tier credits, and so they don't double the diamond bonus though, like the diamond in a day thing.
Okay.
That is not doubled on those days. So it actually has to be like either earned or, whatever the equivalent of that is with Caesars.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, especially like if you earn the 2,500 and take the 5,000 bonus and you just need a couple thousand more to get to diamond, then any kind of tier credit bonus promotion would be awesome. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
One that we missed, best place to use diamond dinner credit. That was from Steven. That was a while ago. We missed that one. I don't know. Have you used the diamond credit anywhere notable? The celebration dinner, that is?
Yeah. I don't know where I used it, but I know that my favorite place is Bobby Flay, Caesar's Palace.
Okay.
It's freaking awesome. And then, of course, people love the buffets. So I think somebody before said Bacchanal. That's it.
Yeah, right.
Where's your favorite place to use it?
So the thing is, I haven't used it in Vegas because I've always forgotten to use it. So I have to keep using it here at like the Horseshoe in Indiana. So it's like I just go to the Binion Steakhouse there and use it in like December. That's just what I do. Yeah.
I know. Unfortunately, we let a couple expire last year, which was like a big bummer. Like, you work so hard for this, and then you just let them expire, and it's such a waste.
Yeah.
But, it's cool that we have some extra time. So yeah, I would say people love the buffets, especially in Vegas. And then in Atlantic City, there's one place that everybody uses it. It's definitely a steakhouse. And
the steakhouse in Atlantic City. So just go there.
So just go there.
Yeah. Cool. I know that I think Hell's Kitchen is popular in Vegas and Gordon Ramsay steak. So, I mean, if you don't like Gordon Ramsay, then just ignore those two suggestions. But yeah. Champ says favorite Marriott or Hyatt properties on the Strip.
Well, that's an easy question for me. I stay at one of 3 places when I go to Vegas, and it's Cosmo, which is Marriott, Aria or Bellagio, which are both Hyatt or M Life. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, just to be different, because I agree with all of those. I'll throw Delano out there. Actually, just
say you love Delano.
Yeah, I just talked about this in a different chat, but I mean, I've talked about with some people that I found a home on like the South Strip. I like it down there for some reason. I don't know why. It's such a pain in the ass to get anywhere else. But I just feel cozy down there, and I really just do like what they've done with the Delano and with the luxury hotel resorts. Fine hotel resorts, any luxury hotel program that you can have access to with a credit card. I think Delano's a sweet spot for those programs. So.
Oh, wait. Okay. Here you go, guys. For the 20 watching, this is the best thing you're ever going to learn about Vegas, especially anything like Adam's talking about FHR. If you have a World Elite MasterCard, which most people do, they don't realize it. So like Citi Thank You Premier, that's a $95 card. I believe the JetBlue Plus card counts. you get access to the World Elite MasterCard travel portal. And with that comes some of the best. I think it's a mistake. I think these are mistake rates, and I think that nobody books through them, so they haven't quite caught on to it yet.
Right.
But like, I was looking yesterday, and Delano, including taxes, with $100 resort credit for like the nicest room, like $70 a night, including taxes.
It's insane.
Yeah. So it's like usually FHR and Chase, whatever Chase, LHRC.
Luxury hotel resorts. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
They do not include taxes. So it's always an extra $35. And yeah, that's like the coolest thing that I've ever figured out. And that's how I book all of my Vegas stays, like every single one, especially Cosmo. Because for some strange reason, you can get a suite with bed and breakfast, which is like an $80 credit for under $100 a night in like the really nice suites. So
yeah, there was the one reason why it made it easier for me to cancel my Amex Platinum card is because of that. And I think you and I talked privately. I have to double check this, but the SoFi debit card also gets those benefits, which is a weird thing to me. And I'm going to try and confirm that with a couple other people, but yeah, that's
honestly, if they have the card and they turn it around and it says World on it, you're good.
All right, I've got it on my desk right here. Let me.
Okay.
Let me. Yeah.
World
there
Elite.
It is. Yeah.
There you go. That's a free card, guys.
It's free. Yeah.
For anybody who goes to Vegas, or it's an unbelievable value. And what's interesting is that it kind of counts. I've never seen it not count as a direct booking.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never had it count as a third party stay.
Wow. Really good, important comment. Probably the best one of the day, brought up by Chauncey here. I think it's very relevant to point out. He says, I don't have anything relevant to ask, but I just want to say Travel Fanboy is awesome. So I just want to make sure that that's brought front and center up there.
I won't take that as an insult because I think he is too.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you do have people asking you very specific questions. Like, I don't want Adam to weigh in on this at all, so I need to ask Bethany specifically.
She and I probably talked about it, but yes. Thank you, Brennan. Thank you so much. Everybody, please subscribe. It like makes all the difference in the world, and definitely make sure that you go and re-listen to all of this after we fix our mistakes in Travel Fanboys podcast, which we will,
Listen, I mean, I appreciate the idea there, but I do very little editing. So, I mean, this is pretty much going out as is. So there's, I'll say now that I'm fixing the mistakes and just hope you don't listen.
Well, there you go. I mean,
yeah.
As long as they download it, it doesn't really matter to you, right?
Download it, delete it, re-download it. I'm fine with that. It doesn't even matter. Yeah.
Oh, I tell people all the time, like, if you want to do me a favor, I don't care if you actually watch.
Right.
Play it on loop.
It's like my Vegas. Just keep hitting play, refresh. Yeah.
If you do that, you can contact me anytime, anyhow, and I will answer any of your questions.
Yes, definitely. And that's true for, I mean, honestly though, but if you're in the chat, we didn't get to something that you said, or you had a comment and you do need, just a, just a quick comment, or, you want some feedback on something, you shoot. If it's broad based, you can ask me, hey, Adam, what do you think of this place? Yeah, that you can ask me. If you have a very specific question about a loyalty program, make sure you're asking Bethany, as Lena very aptly exemplified earlier.
Yeah. So it's interesting because I'm just like one of those weirdos who reads every single thing, like every word, but then I'll miss something huge because, and people will be like, wait, so you actually cover these things? I'm like, oh,
yep.
This is why we make a good team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brennan, I'll post something to my site. I haven't posted in like 2 months because I've been taking a break, but we'll have more content up soon. But podcast is still going about once a month right now.
Lena, I don't know if the M Life credit card counts. Is it a no fee? Because if it's a no fee, then you've got like 25% chance of accounting.
It is no fee, but I think Justin just said here that it is a World Elite card.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why you come in and that's why you join the chat. That's it.
Freaking awesome. That's awesome. Okay. But I'm super impressed by the SoFi debit card. Also, because they're offering some very interesting benefits, right? Like 20% cash back on certain things. And
yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, and they actually, I think for gamblers specifically, I'm about to write this tomorrow morning because I have to get off my butt about it. But I think it used to be that for the SoFi account, it's more of a sweep account. It's not a true checking account, but I mean, it acts the same. But their ATM limits were $600 a day, which for many, many gamblers, that's just not enough.
No.
But the free ATM fees are nice. But they just bumped that to $1,000 a day, which I think for quite a few gamblers, especially low rollers, that's going to be just fine. And I get tired of seeing people complain about ATM fees on the strip. So, get a checking account, an online checking account that has, no ATM fees. And this one serves a dual purpose.
So do they not allow you to increase the limit at all?
I don't think so, but I can I'll be double checking that for the post tomorrow. Yeah, because there are some that do.
So Lena wants to know, what is your favorite poker hand? And she
only asked me. Lena, I appreciate it. Now this just feels like a pity question, but I'm going to answer it anyway. I'm going to go with 10 jack suited because it's just a fun hand to play. Not aces because you're just going to lose with it. But yeah, I hope Stevie isn't watching because he's probably he's beat me in like every tournament. So,
Well, it's okay because I get so much crap from Steve, like when it comes to poker. So yeah, so the fact that I just said, the number one drawing hand, I'm definitely going to get made fun of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually like 5-6 diamonds.
Okay. Even though I think diamonds is the lamest suit, but that's fine.
Okay. I mean, I'm a girl. I like diamonds.
You like the diamonds. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. I'm very biased. So
yeah, that's fair. Okay. So any more questions before we wrap up? We have 3 more minutes. Brennan, thank you so much. Share it with all of your friends.
Yeah. Glad you found the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're going to try and do this pretty frequently. And make sure that we're covering kind of the major programs there. And of course, Bethany's got, she does those deep dives and knows what she's talking about. And I'm just here to look pretty. That's really it.
Exactly. That's why I invited him, just so he's pretty.
Yeah.
But also because I was really freaking nervous. Like, don't worry, I got this. You're being crazy. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining in.
Yeah.
And I was pretty impressed. I think at one point we had like 27. I've seen like some big names not have gotten that high. So I love you all. And
we have big names in the chat too. So it all worked out.
That's right. Yep. I didn't say hi to Justin. Him I know too. Hi,
Justin. Yep. Hey, Justin.
Mike C says he has the JetBlue Plus, so you are good to go. Let us know if anything changes there. And yeah, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Bye.